Mind? Oh, now we're live. All right. Looks like another real zero. How are we doing, Jack?
Can't complain. I really can't complain. How about you?
I am doing great. A little tired, but I am doing great. Light week still, and get quitting caffeine. So, just
Why?
no, just because I my tolerance is too high, so I'm gonna reset my tolerance. So, um, slow but surely, I'm getting out of there. Nice to see you guys here in the chat. A lot of familiar faces. But yeah, today we're gonna talk about lead with money at your own risk with women, right? It's just another variation or downstream of alpha fucks beta bucks. Um, and recently, I mean, this was inspired yesterday by like finding out that like uh Uncle Rolo and Michael Sartain got robbed by a chick on a stream, and they were talking about her scheme and how she would just rob men that paid for her and all that stuff.
Wait, Dad got robbed? What the hell happened?
Oh, you didn't see it? Yeah, hold on. Let me bring it up on YouTube.
What did he do this time?
No, I mean, I think they got robbed a while ago, and they were dealing it with legally, I guess. I think, right? Um, but let's see. I'm trying to find a short report that kind of sums it up. Okay, here we go. Um, but essentially, this girl used to scam men. She was like a female Tinder swindler. Yeah, Mia Ventura. So I'm gonna bring up the report here. One second. Yeah, Rolo was talking about it. She finally got caught, and now what she would do is she would rob men, like her sugar daddies and stuff, and then she would threaten them with an R charge if they came forward to the police. And that's how she was able to do this for so long. So let me bring it up here.
Israeli OnlyFans model. Oh,
Yeah,
let's not do it. It's
yeah.
like, oh, this is oh.
This is KCAL News, Los Angeles.
Once a model, now an alleged
You have an
thief.
echo.
This woman is accused of targeting older.
I do. Okay,
Here I
one
was
moment.
thinking we're gonna talk about finances and budgeting and
We are. It's just as this is just like this is like how bad it can. This is like the bad worst case scenario of leading with money, right? And we're definitely gonna talk about the practical, but I just wanted to give a little bit of shock value of what's the worst thing that could happen, what's possible that it could happen if you decide to lead with money with women, right? But here we go. Now the it should be off now.
Men and stealing from their homes. LA County Sheriff's deputies say she used dating apps to meet the men before stealing from them.
And KCAL's Joy Benedict
Yes,
tells
I know.
us the
Okay,
allegations
so
don't end there.
I'm not saying listen, guys, I'm just saying that when she was on the podcast, she went into the green room and stole everyone's credit cards. That's I'm not saying Uncle Rolo and Uncle Michael Sartain are sure. Jesus Christ, man. God damn it. Excuse me. Anyways, continuing on.
Did you grow up in a religious family?
Super religious.
She makes her rounds on the podcast.
About a year ago, I stopped doing OnlyFans.
Has 1 million followers on social media sites and has many names. But Adva Levy, also known as Mia Ventura, is the talk of the scene for a different reason.
For the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department to come after her
There's our
isn't
boy.
surprising. It just means that she couldn't stop stealing.
Michael Sartain is a podcast host and performance coach
don't
for
know what
men.
happened.
There's
He's had
there's
Levy
Uncle
on
Rolo.
his show.
Hey!
He's there.
Incredibly
up, Dad?
charismatic, and she makes it very easy for you. She makes you feel very comfortable. She's a saleswoman. She's she makes
We're gonna
it
get
feel
into this.
normal that you give her money on a regular basis.
But the LA County District Attorney's Office and the Sheriff's Department have announced they are investigating her and looking for victims of her possible criminal behavior.
She has a victim that's possibly located on one of these social media dating apps. She builds a trust relationship with them. They let her into their home, and she ends up burglarizing their home, stealing valuables and things like that.
But those who know her say it doesn't stop there.
These men were definitely giving her money, and in addition, she was stealing from them and then stating, if you go to the cops, I will claim that you raped me.
And you've heard
guys say that's what she told them.
I've heard 2 guys say that they've specifically been extorted by her.
In fact, she talks frequently about how men just give her money.
Hey, babe, I love you so much. You're my biggest queen. Here is a crazy amount of money for this month's allowance.
You hear her on some of these other podcasts, and she basically talks about how men give her money.
Yes.
So could it be these men are giving her money and she's not actually stealing it?
She's just a sugar baby. Let's just say she gets an allowance. In addition to that, she doesn't then get to take the Bentley home to her place, right? She doesn't then additionally get to go through the ex-wife's jewelry and then take that with her.
Sartain says on his podcast a year ago, she disappeared for 30 minutes and stole from the guests.
It was like this death by 1,000 paper cuts. But what's confusing to me, Joy, was that like she was caught. Everyone knew this girl stole everything that she came into contact with.
Pause.
And for her to continue
Pause real
to do
quick.
it, like that.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
So I don't know what the timing here is, but Mr. Sartain, he's like, everybody knew she did this. Everybody knew that like she was like stealing and she couldn't stop. And still you invited her on. Or was this after you had invited her on? Because that is like the first question that comes to mind here, where it's like, wait, what? So can anybody tell me about the timing here?
This was happened. I think Access Vegas got robbed a while ago. And they had already been dealing with, like, this is just like she finally got enough evidence against her where they could present a case. And they're still trying to present a case. Like, she is not in custody. That's the crazy part. Which is another red pill. Like, there's a separate standard of justice for men and women where, like, this woman is, like, not in custody right now. But everyone's building a case against her. So she has now the ability to go seek legal counsel and set up her case and do all these things. She is not in custody. That's the crazy part. But anyways, we'll finish the last couple seconds of this clip, but then we're gonna talk about, like, guys, this is like the worst, literally the worst thing that could happen. It's not, but I just want to show you where it ends with giving women money. This is like the bottom of the barrel. This is the end game. They don't respect men that give them money or do anything like this, right? But anyway, let's continue.
That doesn't seem like just a bad person. That seems like a mental disorder.
Levy was arrested in the spring for burglary, but no
kleptomania.
charges were filed. It's
Arrested for burglary, but no charges filed.
She
Oh,
can
was that last night? Okay.
change. If I don't press charges, she's never going to get off the streets. I need to help her. We need to be kind. No, if people mess up, you want to know
to
how
jail.
you want to know how you fix an addict? You stop giving them money. And the greatest cause for addiction is enablers. Sorry, not the cause, apologies. Why addiction endures is enablers. And I'm not saying these enablers do this on purpose. Absolutely not. 9 times out of 10, enablers do it out of love. I don't want to harm them. I don't want them to be in pain. I don't want them to be living on the streets. And they give them money in the hope that the addict will use that money for better purposes. It never happens.
Mm-hmm. That was very important what Jack said, guys. But let's finish this clip and we'll move on.
It's not clear if that case is related to the new one. But as investigators look for victims, Sartain hopes they find the courage to speak up before anyone else gets hurt. Joy Benedict, KCAL News.
Okay. So we don't need to talk about. I mean, we could talk about her, but we don't need any more information, right? It's just basically scamming men that are like that use money as their sexual strategy to get with beautiful women and all that stuff. And this is like I don't expect the average woman to do this, right, guys? Like if you give women, most women will be kind of shocked if you give them a more than average higher amount of money, right? But there is a group of women that are attracted to men, or not physically attracted, but like come to men and look for men that are willing to part easily with money. It's like, I think Chesty said this on Twitter the other day, you catch what you fish for. What you bait, the bait you throw out, you catch what you fish for, right? And that's really what we're talking about here, where we're going to talk about there is always a cost of doing business, and we're going to talk about what's sensible to when you're dating. We're going to talk about how leading with money, even well into your marriage, is going to screw you over. And we're also going to talk about you can enjoy women like this, right? There is a way, but you have to treat them like they're fusing a bomb. These women are like BPD, some of them. These women are trained to take from men and give nothing back. You have to be you cannot let a beautiful woman blind you to the game, right? And you can enjoy beautiful women. You can be the right guy at the right time and all that stuff, but you have to be careful because these women are predatory. So, Jack, explain to us what alpha fucks beta bucks means. We all know.
Where-
but we just want
where
to
do you-
we're
where
hearing
do
a
you-
Dutch man say it.
Dude, where do you want to start on this one? There's so many angles you can approach this from. Very simple. If we take the BB approach, the alpha fucks beta bucks approach. Alpha fucks is arousal, beta bucks is comfort. A lot of guys get blue pill conditioned, raised up in the fashion that you as a man need to provide nothing more but comfort, stability, and what's the other one? Caretaking. That is what your mission is in life as a man for women. Well, the older you get, the more you date, every now and then scour through the internet, you're going to learn, wait a minute, me being nice, providing, that was the word I was looking for, providing, provisioning, paying for everything isn't going to get her wet. No, she's still, even though I pay for everything, she's still hanging out with the drug dealer, drummer, guitar player who lives with his parents in their basement and still sleeps with him. It's like, yeah, what did you expect? You know why? Because the musician, whatever he is, the guy who doesn't pay for anything, isn't leading with his wallet. He is leading with his personality, and his personality is something she actually wants to engage with. He is fun. He is arousing. He probably looks good, to a degree. Maybe he does lift, maybe he doesn't, but he's not safe. He's not boring. And you could be anything to a woman but boring. Which then
Is the worst
comes...
thing you could be.
Oh, yeah. Like, the worst thing you can do is give a woman anything she wants and she still will not be happy. No doubt what's the quickest way to make a woman miserable is give her everything she wants. But when it comes to old order thinking that you, as a man, your role is the provider, you're going to fall into these traps of the Mia. Mia's her name. Very easily. Now, I would have to say that Mia is like an apex fallacy where it's like, yeah, that is the far end extreme to everything. Where it's like, yeah.
That's why I, in the beginning, disclaimer, hey, this is not your average girl. Even your average hot chick. She's beautiful, right? She's undeniably very hot. But don't have that anxiety that if you see a hot woman, be scared. However, leading with money,
hot
this
chicks
is the
fly over.
worst.
Yeah. Hey, even hot chicks fly over to sleep on the mattress on the floor, man. So it's like, it happens every day. It happens every day. And it's like, however, men who have never experienced that will tend to fall into the behavior of full-on transactionalism, where the more I provide, the more I do for her, the better she will treat me. Guys who think like that are especially easy targets for women like this. That's why we in the Red Pill say dinner dates are an investment. Dinner dates are for girls who you have already had dates with, who show good behavior, who are actually an asset to you, and then you might take her out for dinner. Protect, in that sense, the mental models that will put yourself first will also allow you to rethink spending money on people you don't even know that well, and especially the amount. Going through that process of, let's say, unplugging, you're going to find that women who are into you no, he's probably not the real one. But we'll find that women who are into you don't need a hell of a lot of investment to actually want to sleep with you. The more of these women you have under your belt, the less likely you are to start spending on women. Fortunately or unfortunately, the more you experience that and the more or the less you're gonna spend, there will be women who absolutely want nothing to deal with you. Absolutely nothing to deal with you. Because they live in that transactional well, not per se live in that transactional mindset. They're more not into you enough to not want anything of you. There will be women who you can convince, like with more comfort or whatever, but I'm a bigger proponent of not to deal with that. Of course, you can take her out for a date, you can take her out for a drink, but let's say you have experienced these women who don't want a lot of you. You're going to tend to spend less on that, where it's like, you know what, I'll take this girl out to a date, but we're going for bottomless mimosas. No, what are they called? Mimosas. Sorry.
Mimosas,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or we're going to go for a coffee.
You get pretty fucked up quick with bottomless mimosas. Just saying,
Yeah.
personal
Well,
experience.
Or you're gonna go for like coffee or just a local bar, and you're gonna be like, you know what, 1 or 2 drinks. If I can't like get a good, how do I phrase this? Every now and then you have to forget. Yeah, if I can't get a good rating on how invested she is after 1 or 2 drinks, I'm just out. Maybe you're gonna spend, how much are drinks these days in the States? I don't know, like $20,
$15 per like a nice cocktail. Medium priced, maybe 20 if it's like a fancy place.
Damn. Well, let's say you don't even want to take them to a fancy place anymore, but just a place, because you now know, like, hey, women who are into me don't require that much investment from me. So when you do decide to take a girl like that out, you're gonna be exiting quicker. Where it's like, you know what, it's not gonna work, and it's gonna save you a lot of money. A hell of a lot of money. But
it's your money, man, and you sacrificed and you worked hard for it. Why give it away to someone who doesn't deserve it?
Exactly.
Who will take it regardless.
Just because she's hot doesn't mean she's entitled to your money at all. Even if she's invested in you, even if you have a loving relationship, does not mean a woman is entitled to your wealth. Absolutely not. Now, a lot of people will say she is.
Was it like Uncle Rolo says, you don't owe women a better life?
No, you don't.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You need sexual compliance for women just for outside of money, man. You want women to like you because you're awesome. Like eventually, some part of your life, you're gonna need a woman to like you. And the thing is, once you find a girl that likes you for who you are, right? Your alpha side, the alpha traits, like you're in shape and you're pretty good in bed and you're funny and you're cocky and other women are interested in you. A woman liking you for that is near free. And that's what we want. That's what you want from women. Leading with money is something that does not it's you have to lead with so much money that it boggles her mind. And even then it still doesn't guarantee anything, right? Like, remember, there is no shortage of men that are willing to give women money, opportunities, a spot on a job, a spot on a team, a spot on whatever. Men are desperate, tripping over themselves to give women money. Even if women are there is no promise of sex, right? It's just we're wired to worship women. We got to work through our biology to not do that. So once a man gets genuine desire, and genuine desire is a spectrum, right? There's women that will willing to crawl through glass for you, and there's women that are just like, I'd suck his dick. Yeah, I want to suck his dick, whatever. But it varies. But most of all, you want to gatekeep the beta side. You want to make her work for it. That's the fun for her. And remember, guys, the alpha fucks beta buck stuff is to protect you. It's to filter out women that are going to screw you over, that want money from you, that want your time and give nothing in return. It's to filter for desire and make your dating life more fun. What's the biggest complaint about dating is that guys are spending money, time, and effort on women that are not very interested. And here's the problem. They're negotiating with women like, hey, come out with me. I'm going to take you to this really nice dinner place. Or, hey, come out with me. I'm going to do this really nice expensive thing together, and it's just like you are filtering for women that are on the fence and may just be hungry that day, right? And are not sure.
And that's
when you
why
tell a woman, tell a woman let's do drinks or coffee, it's like it's low investment on your end, but it's filtering out women that wouldn't be interested in you anyway. And over time, you're going to start, I wouldn't say liking women that much, but you're going to have a better attitude towards them because you don't feel like you're getting scammed all the time. You're only dealing with women, albeit maybe less women, but at least women that are interested. I tell you right now, a 6 that is absolutely you don't have to spend money on and she's super into you is better than an 8 that charges you for her time.
Dude,
Just
I am
saying.
telling you right now, the pleasant 6 has been able to get more out of me than any hot, annoying 9 ever did. And that is also the beauty. Yeah, it kind of is. Maybe I'm sounding a little bit idealistic here, but I want to have said it. Where when you protect your assets, let's say, from people you have no idea of how they are, who they are, if they're invested in you, whatever. Then when you finally get to that point of, you know what, this person makes me happy. I like being around this person. I want to make this person as happy as they make me happy, kind of thing. Now, of course, you don't start simping. That is like the biggest mistake a lot of guys make, where it's like, well, she likes me. Now I can be nice to her. It's like, no, you kind of always have to be a little bit mean, you know? But it's going to be, number one, a lot more appreciated when you finally do something nice for them, spend some money on them. And number two, you're going to enjoy it way more because it comes from that place of general appreciation instead of negotiation. Where it's like, oh, I have to buy her things, otherwise she won't like me. No, it's like, oh, she already likes me. She mentioned she likes X, Y, and Z. You know what? Her birthday is coming up. Why not? Instead of the whole, oh, I need her to like me.
Yeah. Let's move to these super chats. Got a lot of good ones
Yeah.
here.
Even though yesterday the tariffs were announced, everybody's still happy. It's good to see.
Yeah, crypto. A lot of, sadly, a lot of people. We could talk about this too. It might have something to do with today's topic. A lot of crypto people are not in good mental health right now, and I mean that in a nice way. I don't mean that in a mean kind of like goading way. I'm talking about like I've already heard of one guy taking a permanent solution, in his car. And that's another thing, guys. Like, money brings a new set of problems, right? If you think that millions of dollars coming into your life is somehow the key to happiness, it's not. It's the key to solve maybe a couple of your problems now, but it's going to bring new problems, right? Money, I think, for men should just be like a metric of success, like, hey, a scoreboard. But it's going to bring problems that you didn't even know existed, right? And if there's guys in luxury cars right now, unaliving themselves, sadly, because of a big change in the market, right? Do you really think that it's what everyone says it is? I know I'm coping because I'm not rich. It sounds like I'm coping, but just think about that for a second. Think about these men that are like, yes, they get to have sex with models, right? But like, look at what the underbelly of that is, right? So think about that. Maybe being a guy that's like a slightly above average earner that gets to have sex with like very pleasant women that are into it because he has nice biceps and he's funny. Maybe that's not so bad. Maybe that rich, she likes him because he's rich is not probably always the best for you. Just think about that, right? So we got Alex Patino with $10. This is why I don't watch TV or news. I did see her pop up a lot on X, but it's easier not to pay attention. Other than that, I get lots of bots asking for money, possibly a fat dude using AI. Yeah, I mean, men, if there's one thing that's as sure as taxes and death is people asking men to give money away to other things or people, and being shamed for it. So just be careful. The whole internet was meant as a funnel for women now. Like, it used to be discussing Dragon Ball and lifting, bodybuilding.com. Remember those, Jack? Bodybuilding.com forums? I don't know if you used to visit those, but it was just dudes trading notes on fitness. That's it. There was no like, look at my tits, but subscribe to my life. Or it's just dudes like, hey, dude, I tried gallon of milk a day. What do you guys think? And everyone like, dude, that's crazy. But now, the whole internet just seems to be a funnel for women. And part of that is that you need to give money away to them in some form, whether it be through a click or advertising or actual transaction. So guard your money more than ever, because there's a lot of people that want to scam you out of your hard-earned money.
It could also be addressed why these men fall for it as well. Because
we could talk about that.
Yeah. You want to do the super chats first?
Yeah, let's do the super chats, move through them, and then we'll hold that thought right there.
Yeah.
Stripper with a Canadian 5. Motherfucker stealing my line. You catch what you bait with. It's chesty, so I'll shut my mouth. Oh, so it was Stripper. Stripper what came out with that line. But
Chesty's gonna
put some
be in here
respect on
like
Chesty's name too. We're putting some respect on Chesty's name too. So.
Chesty's gonna be in here. What did you say? I was there when it was written. You know,
I was
no,
there, Gandalf.
no.
Do not cite the old. Was it? What is
Do
Arslan?
not cite the ancient text to me, which I was there when it was written.
Yeah.
I said that to did I tell you that story? It was actually pretty funny. Traddy's son, who was like 6 years old, he
you told me the story. But
yeah,
the
he
Legos,
got-
I think it was.
no, he got to play the first Super Mario Brothers on
Oh,
the
yeah.
Nintendo Entertainment System. And he was like, I want to play with you. I'm like, sure, kid. And I sit there in the tiny chair and I play the first level. And he's like, oh, but you got to jump there to get into the warp pipe. And I turn around to his father. It's like, do not cite the ancient text to me. I was there when it was written. He just starts laughing. Jesus.
Yeah, that's funny.
It was.
Um,
This small kid telling me how to play Super Mario Brothers. Get out of the way.
Yeah, it's like when you're at a party. There's this meme where it's like when you're at a party and someone fires up Super Smash Brothers in the other room, and you just like, it's like Piccolo leaving the hyperbolic time chamber. It's like a shadow room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. And $5 again, Alex. Thank you. It's easy, guys. Just remember when you see a girl in spicy clothing or lack thereof, she gets attention from bad guys. For men, it's leading with money. Yeah, remember, women being sexual on the internet is not about sex. It's not about sex, right? I've always said it. A girl that's on her way to meet you for drinks that shave their legs, that's more sexual than a girl being half naked on the internet. And it doesn't make sense to a lot of guys because the outcome of the girl shaving her legs is going to be sex, right? She is preparing her body and her mind for sex. The girl online, half naked, just barely covering her tits with like maybe pasties or a bra or something. That the outcome of that is money to her bank account so she could buy an expensive purse or go on a trip. So you see the difference. It's not sexual. It's if tomorrow putting a traffic cone on your head got you paid, women would do that. But their sexuality gets them paid, so they pretend to be sexual in order to get what they want. So all right, we got another $5 Canadian from Stripper. All relationships are transactional. It's best practice to use your inexhaustible resources like charm, competence, etc., as a currency use. Yeah, because you can't compete with money. Because there's always going to be a guy with more money willing to give your girl more than you for less, for just existing, and you can't compete with that. And also, you don't want to. It makes you look even worse. You don't want to be scanned by women that you care about. Just lead with being awesome.
Yeah. It's like every relationship is transactional, but what people get their panties in a bunch about is the currency. And for some guys, the currency is attention. Be that guy.
Because your attention is valuable. And we're going to talk about what makes attention valuable. We're going to talk about edamame beans. We're going to get there. Soya beans. So no link with the $10. Thank you, sir. Nice to see you here. And I see you back. Biggest flaw in most dudes' dating life is on a day-to-day basis. You want to address this now, or you want to address this now, Jack? The biggest mistakes. I have perspective, but Jack, I'm sure, has his own. What are the biggest mistakes? It's probably this one.
Not going for it. I'm talking to one of my Zoomer friends now, and he's at like a festival, and he's like, "Oh, I'm getting a lot of attention." I'm like, "Go for it!" He's like, "Oh, I pay too much money to enjoy the music to chase after girls." It's like, what?
Yeah, excuses. Those are excuses.
It's like
he's just scared of rejection. Yeah, just scared of rejection. I think the biggest flaw is men invest too much in women that are not invested in them. Right. Seeing group chats where guys, like, let's say they get a number from a party or something, or a meetup or an event or whatever, a bar, and they get the number and the girl doesn't text back after he says hello or something, and they just keep thinking about it, ruminating, asking what you can do, what you can say, blah blah. I'm like, no, there's nothing. She didn't. It's been 4 hours and she hasn't written back. Women live with their phones on them. She's not interested, and men spend so much time on women that are not interested and ignore a lot of the times the women that are, because they don't think like, listen, it's not a game of who you can get the hottest. It's the game of like, are you getting laid? Over time, you're gonna get harder chicks because you get more calibrated, more connections, whatever. You get better at it, but at first, you just invest in girls that are invested in you. Stop wasting time. Even if she's hot, even if the only girls you can get are sixes right now, you got to start somewhere. And thinking that if you just keep nagging and pinging the hot chick, she's gonna change your mind. Never happens. Never happens. So I think that's the biggest flaw. But
Yeah, for me, it's like not going for it anyway.
being
It's like,
scared, of rejection, making excuses.
yeah, it's like a lot of guys have got their fitness in order lately. A lot of guys are like got their grooming, everything in order, but then it's like you need to put yourself in their orbit. You need to go for something. Ask for a
Say
number.
hello.
Yes.
Say hello. Just say hello.
Wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Yeah, that to me is the biggest one.
Okay. I spam lateral raises because this spirit told me. Told me so pilled. Yeah.
Do them on an
Ah,
incline.
sis.
Do them on an incline. That'll burn your shoulder.
I was on the fit board on 4chan when he passed, man. That was a crazy day. I'll never forget that day, man. It was like it was chaos in there. People couldn't believe it.
Mhm.
How do we stop these women from taking over? We don't. They already took over, man.
Well,
Men
you can
want to support
stop them
women.
from taking over you. Like you can't stop them from taking over anybody else, but you can stop them from taking over you. Just tell them no. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
If some other guy says yes, that's not your problem.
Oh, it's
Like-
fake Crom. It's a
Oh.
fake Crom. God, even Crom's getting Crom's
Even
getting
Crom.
holy crap, dude. What the hell? Mods, get him out of here, mods. Get him out.
I got him.
Turn
I
off
got
the
him.
lights. Okay, Jesus, man. Make sure it's the right, like real like
Yeah.
they have
No,
the
I got
same
the real one.
PFP. Okay. All right. So Dark Knight Dev with the $5. You gotta live your life for you, or you end up like Joe Lampton telling news that if you don't get it with an IG model, then you're a failure. Yeah, it's just realize that a lot of men need hotter women because they have something to prove. The thing is, like, a lot of times, most women that are not fat will do, right? And I'm not saying to like never go out of your depth or enjoy a hot woman and not go for it, right? But understand too that like hot women bring different problems, and you need to be. It almost sometimes makes it not worth. Like for example, hot women are being pulled apart to like everything, right? So you'll have a hot chick, and her friends want her to go to this party. She has a sugar daddy or some guy that's trying to pay his way to her to invite her to another party. Her ex is hitting her up because she's hot and the ex can't do better than her, whatever. So it's like you have to be the type of guy to recognize that. And if you want to get with a hot chick, it's like enjoy the ride while it lasts, right? It may not be long. Hey, you may get her, you may play her, right? But at the same time, understand that like men are obsessed with hot chicks and they'll do whatever. So enjoy the ride. Don't be entitled, and realize that it could be very cut short because hot women aren't always going to be in high demand everywhere, all over the world. So, yeah.
It's like with the
There's a-
money thing.
There's a
Like
guy
the-
that banged that chick in that post, a Dark Knight Dev, who didn't post her, enjoyed his time with her, spent almost $0, and he's using her as a benchmark for his masculinity. Now, who do you think is the more alpha guy? Yeah, the guy that quietly had sex with her, enjoyed his time for free, and moved on with his life, or the guy that is using her as like, please accept me, please validate my masculinity. Exactly. So yeah,
He didn't even post a photo of himself, but I think that there were some other reasons why he didn't do that.
sure.
Yeah, no, he got entangled with that whole Romanian business as well. So maybe he should stay off posting photos from himself. I don't know. I don't know the exact details of that, but I did notice there was not one photo of himself in there. He posted photos of 50 Cent and shit like that. But I mean, look, you got to remember, like, money. So it's money looks game, right? The money is not per se that it makes you more attractive. The money helps to get you into better environments. So an artist and a large following Instagram model, of course they're going to look each other up. because they're famous in their own realms. An artist has better access to that, not per se because he's wealthy, but because he is known. And when you're known, money often follows. So no, it's not the money that makes them attractive. It's the status that comes with it. Crypto bros, unfortunately, got this mixed up. Where it's like, oh, now I have all this money. Now women will love me. Yeah. The women who are not after you, but your wealth. And when being stuck in that blue pill mindset of like, oh, I finally got the money and now women find me attractive, you're going to end up spending all of it on her while she doesn't even like you. And is very opportunistic in what you have to offer. And at that point, can you blame them? Like, we can be angry about it, but gold diggers aren't born. They're made.
Mm-hmm. Men are fighting to give women money. Like, it's not even women's fault. Like, women, like, they take it because it's like, shit, it's getting thrown in their face. Obviously this woman is probably has mental health issues if she's like, you know, stealing and stuff like that, stealing cars and stuff like that, right? But for the most part, you guys think that the sex is all you need, and I think a lot of men make that mistake. I just need sex, right? Like, dude, you need to chase a little bit. You need to feel like you need sexual compliance. You need a girl to lean and touch you and mean it. You know, you need a girl to not play a part, like she's actually into you. That is part of the sex, right? Validational sex, you need that. You know, transactional sex is you know, it scratches an itch, right? But to complete yourself as a man, you need a girl to look at you and think, this guy's pretty cool. I like this guy. He's pretty cool. You don't need her to be obsessed with you or anything. Like, that's the other side of it. You don't need a girl to be like, oh my God, you're so awesome. You're the only man I'm ever gonna be in love with. Like, no. And that usually comes with its own problems. Like, she might fall in love and, you know, you have to deal with that. But at the same time, you need a girl to like you outside of your money. And yes, if you're wealthy already, it's kind of hard to hide that. But even then, realize that you catch what you fish for. And if you use bait that's money, you're going to catch women that want money. If you use status, you're going to get women that are obsessed with status, and all that. But if you use your alpha side, your traits, your charm, ability to like control a room, being in front of the room, hell, playing drums in front of a room of people, you know, it is status, right? But also it's like you're doing something that you love and enjoy, and you are leveraging that in a social circle or in a social environment, and that will help you, right? But realize that if you're using internet status, you're going to attract women that also want internet status. They will fuck you, but they want a feature. They will fuck you, but they want to be put on. They want to be mentioned. And it's up to you, right? And you might have to compromise on attractiveness, right? Because I see what clout does to women, Jack, and I am terrified, dude. Like, the things women will do for clout, they will sell out people's DMs for like 50 likes. They will have sex with literally anyone for clout. Literally anyone. I'm not going to mention names because we're tired of mentioning them. But when I say literally anyone, I fucking mean it. Yeah.
For Adderall and clout.
And I'm telling you, like, it's a spell that women get under, and I don't want women to be like, obviously, if I was famous, I'd use it to my advantage. Of course not, right? But at the same time, just realize that you catch what you fish for. And if you lead with money, you deserve everything downstream of that. It's going to be painful sometimes. And the thing is, it's worse because at least if you get screwed over in the beginning, you get screwed over in the beginning. There's women that will marry you for your money.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that, Jack. That the only reason they're with you is for, obviously, they probably convinced themselves you were alpha and attractive enough to be with you.
No, I wouldn't even go that far. No, I wouldn't give the guys that credit. There are plenty of women who will marry a guy for their money. Plenty of them. They will sleep with him for their money. And as soon when push comes to shove, they just get rid of the guy. It happens so many times. Like passport bros. We make fun of passport bros, but they're susceptible to this as well. Or it's like, oh, I got my wife from Southeast Asia. She's so much more feminine. Yeah, and then you bring her to America. And what's going to happen? She's going to get Americanized. And what's going to happen? Divorce. and take you for all your money. And not even, it doesn't even always happen, but like women from the Philippines, and maybe not per se the Philippines, Dante, if you're listening, like this is not all your women, but it's like the East Asian cultures, within them, it's normal for the children to send money back home. What do you think is going to happen when you wife one of those girls up? She's going to expect you to send money to her home, to her parents. Like, maybe you've never even met them, you know? Maybe you don't want to give them money. Maybe you're like, hey, why haven't your parents in these 50 years taken care of themselves to such an extent they don't need some foreigner to send them money? Yet, here you
Was that
are.
really the
right
plan
now.
the whole time? Was that really
Yeah.
the plan the whole time? Yeah.
Where it's like, here you are right now, stuck in this situation because you never considered that situation and you led with your money and you were like, oh, I'm getting all this attention, forgetting the fact that you keep paying for everything.
It's to protect you. That's why we say, like, a lot of guys were like, well, you know, everything is expensive. I'm like, okay, well, let's talk about cost of doing business. Yeah, you have to pay for the date. It is what it is. Are some women going to offer? Sure. Are some women going to fight you to pay? Sure. But expect to pay. Don't look at the check. Just sign it and go. Right. I don't know. You guys don't have credit cards
No, we have debit.
Yeah, just debit.
I
but
mean,
you're gonna
I
use your
don't
credit
have a bank account.
Yeah, you're
What
living
is-
off the grid.
Yeah, well, what is this? What is this money you speak of? What?
Yeah.
I can't even get a
Uh,
haircut.
or a beanie. What are you talking about?
I mean, I got this from a dead person. Was in his will.
Yeah.
I hereby give me Jack my beanie.
Yeah, and guys, I understand that we get tired and we don't want to spend money and we just want to get to it and we want that sure thing. I get it, right? But there is no replacement for game. None. In terms of cost of doing business, yeah, you have to pay for the date. Yeah, there's gonna be days where, for example, maybe 3 months in, you're hooking up with a girl, she's such a pleasure to be around, and you're gonna be hungry and you're gonna be like, hey, you wanna go out to eat somewhere nice? Put on a dress, right? And here's the difference. You're doing it with no expectation. You're just doing it because you just hungry. You wanted a night out and you wanted some good company. You see the difference? How you don't feel like like you're being taken advantage of, and you yourself, you're going to have to do things as well. Like, for example, you may have to live in a city or in an area where there's the women that you like, right? So if you like Southern belles or Southern women, you may have to live in the South and move and pay rent in a nice area of town that's not ghetto, where you can enjoy the women that you want, right? You may have to wear nicer clothes. Like, you can't wear with tattered clothes with holes in them. You might have to wear a shirt. You have to buy clothes to look good. You may have to subscribe to a Substack, like Juck Substack, to kind of clear your head on what's going on with women. You may have to buy cologne that isn't Adidas cologne from CVS. You may have to actually buy something. There is a cost of doing business, but that's okay because women. If you want to enjoy women, there's always going to be something. Like, there is no way. Obviously, you could stumble on one at a party, be the right guy at the right time, right? But you want to increase your chances as much as possible, and some of those things cost money, like good cologne, a good clothing, and all that. But I will say, ultimately, when it comes down to it, it's still better than paying for it, because there is a hidden side effect to paying for it that, maybe some men it doesn't bother, but it could bother you, and I've seen it bother some men, is that you start to resent women.
Well,
And
that's
all
true,
that
because the only women you're gonna get are the women who are after you for your wealth, because you keep leading with that wealth. It is
Mhm.
like the one criticism I have of chase excellence, not women, where when you chase excellence and never women, you're gonna lack experience with women when you haven't had success. And the best experience with women you can ever get is when you're down on your luck, is when you're unemployed, or it's when you're broke, or when shit hits the fan, like stuff like that. It's like the experiences you have with women at those points in your life are really going to form your future perspective with them. and are going to show you like, hey, I don't actually need all this success, all this wealth, all this spending to garner attention from them.
Yeah, you don't want to resent women because it takes a lot of work to stop resenting women. Like inner work, like you can take the red pill. You become your own mental point of origin. Everything outside of you, whatever. You guys know the spiel. But if you decide to pay your way into sex, at different degrees, right? There's guys that will do like maybe an escort. There's guys that will have a sugar baby. And there's guys that will have a wife that won't touch them unless she gives them like new kitchen or something. Whatever situation where you're giving away resources in return for not being for having some level of intimacy in your life. Notice that you will resent women, right? If you're not the type of guy that's okay with it, you will resent women, and all that hard work you put into understanding them, you'll just end up hating the game and hating the process. And you won't even like the woman that you're paying. And that's the sad part. Like, I want to like women like that. I'm not every woman, but if a girl shows up at a date and she looks good and she's pleasant, I want to like her. I want to enjoy. That's part of being alive, is enjoying women, right? Don't you want to enjoy women and not have this like this cloud above you that if you don't pay, she will run away to another guy who will.
And that's kind of what I mean with you're going to enjoy spending on her when you genuinely like her. But that genuine like doesn't come from starting out with spending. It's like I said, I have a whole essay on it, like your finances and women. And it just goes into that where...
If you want to bring it up, you can.
Yeah. I mean, I can share it in the chat.
Okay.
But it's a whole essay about like your behaviors around finances, not just for you, but with the opposite sex as well. And that 9 times out of 10, women can't even handle their own finances. So you being here, spending all this shit on them, isn't teaching them anything. And that's also, it's like back to the whole
they're not gonna like,
neighbor.
Yeah, well, like you give them a purse or you give them money, they're just gonna spend on another purse. It isn't like, okay, I got my purse problem taken care of. No, it's just it's never ending. It's bottomless. It isn't. There's no like end game where it's just like, okay, I've had enough. It just keeps going. That's why this girl in the beginning she wouldn't stop. I'm like, hey, you've stolen probably hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. Shouldn't you at some point? I should stop before I get caught. Nope. Kept doing it even when she had all these opportunities and modeling gigs. Couldn't stop it. So Expertine with the $10. There's a Catholic priest, Padre Arturo Cornejo, I listen to every chance I get, and he talks about a girl he knew as a kid. She was the most beautiful woman in town. She married an ultra rich man. Okay. And then there's a two parts, 2 super chats. Thank you, Alex. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. I appreciate it. Because he is a priest and goes home for vacations. He gets to listen to her conversations on how much she dislikes her husband. The lesson is money will not bring happiness. That was Padre Arturo's lesson. Man, Latino clergy are pretty based, Jack. They're not like the American clergy. Latino clergy are pretty based. I'm telling you. Imagine a clergyman talking about more money, more problems, to his congregation. But yeah, it's just you're kicking a problem down the road. It's very healthy for women to like you and want to sleep with you immediately if you're hot. That's why we say the whole sleep within 1 to 3 dates thing, right? We're not saying that because we think we're super awesome alphas and we deserve sex, right? That's actually the opposite. It's because it's to protect you from women that want to waste your time and money, right? It's to filter them out. And that's what dating is. The purpose of a system is what it does. And my dating system that I've introduced, that probably a lot of guys have, and maybe Jack has, and Stripper, and all you guys in the chat have, is, hey, it's designed to not get you laid 100% with accuracy. It's to filter out girls that are not interested. So if you say, hey, meet me here at this day and this time at this bar, and she says, can we go here instead? She's done. Doesn't want to, she just wants to go where she wants to go. She's not interested in you. Or saying, hey, sorry, I only do dinner dates on the first date. She's done. She's out to waste men's time and money, right? And you will only get more bitter if you don't understand that. We don't want you to be bitter. It's to protect you against disliking women.
And a big one with all of this, to quote you, is if she wanted to, she would. It's that simple. If she
You don't
wants
have
it,
to negotiate a girl
You know-
coming out.
you really don't have, dude. The things I've experienced where it's like, hey, coffee, my place, sure. It's like 2 p.m., sure, and they're here 2 p.m. And every now and then I got cheeky with it, where it's like, oh, this is easy. Like, you know what? Let me throw a curveball in here. It's like, oh, by the way, wear something black. Okay, it's like, well, I guess I know what I'm doing this afternoon. You know, I already knew. When they're that cooperative, sort of say, you know what's going to happen. And that's what you're kind of looking for, cooperation. You know, and this is not like a dominant thing or whatever, but it's like, if a woman likes you, she wants you to win. She
you're
literally
saying she
wants
wants to
you to
play.
win. Yeah.
Do you want to play? You want to play with me?
Hey, Zachary
Have you
Moore,
ever-
thank you.
Have you been in a situation where like you're playing a video game or a sports or something, and you ask someone if they want to play with you? That's the same thing with dating. Like, do you want to play? Do you want to grab a controller and go through this with me? And if they say only if you unlock this character first, or I don't know, I'll see if I have time, then you're just gonna hand your controller to someone else that actually wants to play with you, right?
Mhm.
To Nick's point, when you get the same type of woman over and over again, you get a false sense of what the average woman is like. Yeah, and that's why when you come to these online discussions, everyone says that their experiences, especially women, say this too, like, this is what it is. And I'm like, well, you go to the same place, say the same things, wear the same type of clothes over and over again, and you keep attracting the same type of person. And now you're assaulting the internet with your dating opinions because you've done only one thing. And you know what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So what I say is just like, yeah, have a look. There's gonna be girls that you like that you're just gonna, but like, hey, you know, if you're curious about a certain type of girl, you know, enjoy yourself. You know, variety is the spice of life. You know, not everything is big titty blondes, Jack. You know, there's Latinas too. know?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
What about that one? Hey, slow down there.
Slow down there, honey. Slow down there, son.
Okay, so yeah, there's an essay. You guys want to check it out? Talks about this. I have literature about it too, but let's see.
And Zachary Moore is sharing my book. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, and yeah, guys, get the book. It's behind me if you see it. There it is.
Look at that.
It's
It
the
fits
only-
so well in your background. It's like,
It's the only red pill book I have 2 copies of. You lucky son of a bitch. I have
not
2
even
copies.
Rolo got that privilege, huh?
Yeah.
Eat it, Dad.
I have another book that's not. I have another book that's not red pill. Stuff. The Art of
Mhm.
War. I have 2 copies of that.
Ooh, nice. Good one.
Okay. Blonde, wet woman, or white life. Well, it's what you like, man. If you like what you like, I'm not gonna shame you.
Here.
What book can I read to find my purpose? They told me Jack would know. Jack, how does a man find his purpose? Since you seem to know all the answers, apparently.
This book. Read it. Read it.
Get
It's
the
actually.
book. It'll find.
Let me-
It's a pretty nice read. It's a very comfortable read.
Thank you. Thank you. That was I remember talking to Ryan about that. It's like, what do you want for the cover? I'm like, I want something people can like feel safe to let lie on their coffee table. You know? And it's like, I don't want them to like turn their heads when you read it in the train. I want them to be like, oh, that's a nice cover. You know, instead of
Mhm.
what's that? Instead of like giant slurs on them. No. But no, it won't have the purpose of life in it, but it will help you view a certain perspective on dating that will give you room to breathe, to focus more on yourself. And I think I've put it pretty well like that.
It's a lot of this dating stuff, right? You guys will notice things as you go through life. It doesn't have to be in dating. Just you notice women from afar, people from afar, and all that. And you have all these ideas and observations. You seem crazy at first, like there's no way this is like this. I'm seeing this, but they're telling me like it's like that. No one's trying to like, and then the purpose of these books isn't to like blow your mind. It's just to organize everything, put everything in simple phrases and terms, put everything in like, you know, when people say explain to me in football terms or explain to me like I'm 5, that's what the red pill is. It's just like taking everything and organizing it in concepts. That way you can pick up on it easier, right? And that's important because every guy kind of has they're noticing. They're like, I took a girl out on dinner and she ghosted me, but I slept with this girl at a party and I just said some stupid lines. What's going on here? Why is it that when I'm like semi-drunk and very charming, that girls have sex with me, but when I take girls on nice dates, they ghost me? What's going on here? I know something's going on. And then we just like alpha fucks, beta bucks. And they're like, oh, that's that concept I've been trying to connect the dots with my whole life. And I'm like, yeah, dude, there it is. That's why we're here. It's to
Do
connect
you
the
know
dots for
that
you.
I used to get girls to pay me drinks? It was, God, unfortunately, I fumbled one pretty hard, but my favorite pickup line was, so I'm pretty good at IOIs, where it's like, I know when a girl is into me, when you go to a bar and a girl is like inconspicuously looking at you, where it's like, and it's like, oh yeah, I know where this is going. So I wait that out a bit. And then at a certain point, I just walk up to them and I tell them, or I ask them, like, are you going to keep staring at me or are you going to buy me a drink? And you'd be surprised how often that works. And they'd be happy to buy you a drink. They're like, the balls on this guy. And they're like, what do you want? I'll have a Coke Zero. Really? You don't drink? What? Would I need to? You're trying to get me drunk already?
I wonder if I ever followed up with you're pretty enough. I don't have to drink. If that would work.
Could.
I
It
don't
could.
know.
I
Maybe.
always like when especially girls call me out on not drinking alcohol, I always like to do it in such a fashion that portrays them as an evil predator who's trying to get me intoxicated. It's like, why? You think I won't like you when I'm sober?
Okay, yeah, that's probably better. That's probably more. Yeah, that's probably better.
It's been a while. I'm a bit rusty.
Yeah, we're like moving in. We're moving into monogamy. They got us, Jack. They got
Nah,
us.
not yet. I'm cashing out at 45. I'm cashing out at
Okay.
45.
You're seeing what's on the other side of 40. Got it. Let's see. For the guys asking about purpose, what do you want? What do you mean? I can't give you a purpose. Are you insane? What do you want? And if you don't know, go take a walk. Go on a trip for 7 days and stare at a mountain and ask yourself that until you figure it out. Like, you got to find out what you want. You can't have a purpose if you don't know what you want, right?
Find your
or else
innerness.
someone else is going to use you for their purpose, and it's usually women in marriage. Let's see. I shouldn't have to fuck for free. Drake's most red-pilled statement. There you go. Yeah, you're gonna realize, like, in the beginning, you're gonna think in terms of like, hey, what do I have to do to get women? And then eventually, you're gonna start thinking, I hope she doesn't fuck this up. You're gonna start thinking like women are gonna be the ones stepping on their own, and you're gonna be like, hey. And it's weird because there's times where you feel almost like this isn't natural, but wait, at the same time, when the guys say I'm the prize, this is what they mean. It isn't like you walk around all entitled for sex. It just means that you're cheering the girl on to get you. That's what it means. Like, hey, if you're smart enough, you can keep me around. Let's see how it plays out for her. Maybe she's smart enough to keep me around. Like, it's almost like you want her to win. Like, hey, good luck on getting me. I'm like this, I'm like that, I'm like this. Hey, try your best. You may win. May the spoil was it? May the spoils
May the
go to the
odds
winner,
be
whatever.
forever in your favor.
Exactly. That's what you start thinking, and that's where you want to go, right? You
hate
want
it.
girls. Yeah, go ahead.
I hate it when there have been girls I was rooting for, and it's like, you almost got me. Seriously, you almost had me. Like, you were so close, and then they mess it up, and I'm just sitting there like in a basketball match. You're like, did she really do that? It's like the 3-pointer, and she misses, but it like hits the net, and you're like, oh no, you were this close. There have been a couple of girls where it's like you could have had. Yeah, it's like It's like you literally could have had me. You could have been happy long ever after, and you
And you're
did
gonna be
this.
mad at them. Yeah, and you're
Yeah,
gonna be like kind of upset with them. You're like, you idiot, like you dummy.
yeah.
You were so you could have had me.
You were
Yeah.
this close to happiness, and you snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. No, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one, right?
No, no, that's when you're about to lose, but you win. You pull it out of your
Oh yeah,
ass.
you
Like,
snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. You
yeah,
actually did it.
the opposite. Yeah. But that's where you want to be. That's abundance. That's abundance. That's kind of understanding that you are the prize, but not in the hey, you woman over there, you owe me sex. It's in the like, hey, you're giving me sex and you want a relationship or you want to be in my life and to some extent. I hope it works out for you, right? Because I am my own mental point of origin. I do not need you in my life, and you do not need me, but you want to be here. So let's see if you got the skills because I'm not going to compromise on some things and good luck. And that's good. That's healthy. A lot of girls don't like that because it gives them anxiety to think that a guy values himself. And if there's anything women love, but also are terrified of, is a man that knows his worth. And Jack is a man giving his hard earned money to an OnlyFans model for maybe 30 minutes of sex or attention. A man that knows his worth. Absolutely not.
Nope. I mean, I give up my money when I actually like the person, and it becomes
When
I
they
don't
earn it.
know. Yeah, they earn it. Where it's like I don't even watch money. Like I mean, I've said this before. My best friend, dude, I've spent a shit ton of money on him, and I didn't even care. Like he dropped through the vineyard. He dropped something that he would like to have, and his birthday came up, and I texted him like, "Hey, transfer the money, go get it." And he was like, "Are you fucking insane?" It's like,
Yeah.
why?
I got my brother Final Fantasy Tactics for his birthday, and it was like it's gonna be one of the best purchases I made this whole year. That was his favorite game growing up, and I got it for him, and I feel great, and it makes me feel good. A couple years ago, I was dating a girl, nothing serious, and she wanted a couple dresses, and each dress was like $10 on Shein. It wasn't like $100 dress. It was just, hey, can you give me these dresses? I'll wear whatever you choose them, and I'll wear it for you on a next date. I'm like, oh, cool.
Well,
You
dude,
are a pleasant person. You never give me you cook for me from time. You've cleaned my kitchen in the past. You don't want a relationship with me. You just want to hang out. I'm like, okay, cool. Um, I picked these three. I think these will look good on you. And what do you think? She's like, yep. And then she wore them. And that's what I'm
former
saying. Like, sorry, go ahead.
former main plate was always affectionate, was always hot and ready, was always nice, was just always pleasant. Her birthday was coming up. She had a GameCube. I'm like, oh, you got a Super Smash Brothers. Here you go. And Wind Waker, Legend of Zelda. She couldn't be happier. And I just didn't care because she was always so pleasant and affectionate. And she didn't make feel sex transactional. I've had relationships where I'm like, yeah, we're having sex, but I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah, you feel like there's expectation, and that's how
Yeah.
women feel too. They'll fuck guys, and they're just like, I feel like if I don't have sex with him, like he's gonna be mad, or like I'm gonna lose some kind of, And yeah, women have sex for many reasons, but just realize how bad that feels for you as a man, where you get to have sex, but you feel like also you're an ATM, and not only ATM with money, ATM with time. You feel like you ever hang out with a woman that's entitled to you in your time? It sucks, dude. It's like you feel like trapped. It's a box, and you don't ever want to feel that way, right? You hang out with women that make you want to spend time with them and sometimes money, and you realize you'll be much happier for it. Well, we got a 4.99 from Love Gun.
Oh, nice.
I want both you guys to win, so with your spoils, you can further empower those you care for. Pilled. Also, high as shit. What means? Well, dude, you're a little high. Thanks for the 4.99 super chat. The purpose of the red pill was never to get like to hold women accountable. It was never to change anything. It was never for you guys to become like us. We're different people, some of us different countries, different perspectives on life. It's for you guys to take these tools and improve your own lives on your terms within reason. I always say within reason because, you know, like some guys think, you know, the whole self-improvement space is all about like these weird expectations for yourself, but within reason. And it's hard for guys because guys want other guys to save them. They want to be part of a collective. They want to pool their morality together and decide which one's the best. But guys, like, really, you are alone in this, and that is the hero's journey. The hero was always alone, and people only show up to help the hero when the hero is there's a chance he could win. And in order to convince people in your life that you are worth of their support and time, that you have to give a shit about yourself, right? And I cannot give a shit about you for you. Jack can't do it. You have to give a shit about you. There are times in your life where you will absolutely need to depend on others, like a doctor, like a family member, like anyone, right? But those times are short and few and far in between. You want to be self-sufficient and you want to have a mission, and your mission is whatever you want. And you get to decide that. And that's the hardest part, deciding what you want. But thanks for the super chat, my friend.
I mean, what do you want me to add to that? That's the biggest one. What do you want? And I kind of feel, because the last couple of weeks, I feel like I've been repeating myself, and I don't like that, because as soon as
I hate that, dude. Yeah, you just get tired, like, the fuck?
Yeah, and then I get bored with it. You know, then I get kind of bored with everything, and I don't like being bored. That's when I start doing stupid shit. Like, if you ever see me do something stupid, it's because I'm bored. But especially with this money thing as well, like, I get it. Guys want a girlfriend. That's where it all comes from. Like, I want a girlfriend. And they do everything in their power they think will help them get her, except for the complete opposite of what they've always tried doing. Because that's scary. And sometimes you have to do what's scary. You know, sometimes you have to do what you're afraid of. Where if a girl demands you take her out to dinner, just tell her no. Like, you don't know this girl. You don't know if you're going to like her. Who is she to demand her hard-earned money? It's about time. Time is what it's about. And people who value you will be satisfied with that time. Now, how does she know she likes you? Well, she can get to know you with a low barrier to entry activity as well, because it's not about the activity, it's about doing the activity with you. And women demanding high investments don't care about you, they care about what you can provide. Now, there's multiple things you can provide, like a good time, but in this sense, it is like the most literal meaning of transactional being monetarily. Like, what? How much money can you provide? And that is just a waste of time. An absolute waste of time. Because in those senses, you can just as well get a hooker. If a girl requires dinner for her to sleep with you, you can just get a hooker. And I'm not even lying. Because women
at least pretend to like you. She'll at least pretend to like you.
Yeah, at least the hooker pretends to like me, you know? She won't be on her phone or whatever. She won't be on Tinder. Well, maybe she is. I don't know. But I have had women sleep with me for way less than dinner, for way less than a coffee, for just the sole reason. Yeah, for just me being me. I know it's hard
the right guy at the right time, just there. $0.
Yeah, because she kicked my ass in Mario Kart.
Yeah, I said a funny joke in a group chat once. There was several women there, and she showed up that night. I was like, "Hey, you're that guy, right?" Yeah, we danced, and she said, "Want to get out of here?" And I'm like, "That's my cue, guys. You guys have a good night." $0.
No.
And until you have that, I understand that maybe the logic is if you pay, you get hotter chicks. And if you really need to find out what it's like for a hotter chick and you just want to do it, I'm not going to stop. There's no it's what you want, right? But realize that, again, we're not saying this out of coke, but a woman that's less attractive, a 6 out of 10 that's enthusiastic, on time, shows up with a nice dress, likes you, makes you feel like a man, like that, it is easy just to be around and is to some extent consistent. Like, hey, every 7 days she shows up at your apartment ready to go. Could be better, guys, than dealing with a hot chick where even if she's a good person and fun and sexy, she's going to be scarce because everyone and their mother wants her time and wants to be around her. So think about that. Think about that when you guys are out there. And if you really need to figure it out, just like you may have to pass bro it up for this to sink in, or you may have to like do something, pay for it to sink in, or you may have to actually just date a hot chick that you got lucky with, showed up, and all that stuff to kind of sink this in and realize like, hey, the hot chicks that I've dated personally, they were fickle. Like it was just like I'd open a Thursday or a Tuesday to see if they'd show up, or they'd say, "Oh, I want to see you," and I've already had sex, but I'm like, okay, well, I'm opening this day up, and they wouldn't show up. They'd be flaky, or they'd be, and even worse, they'd be like, I'm coming. Sorry, I can't. I'm coming. I'm sorry, I can't. Then they show up, but by that time, I'm annoyed, frustrated. I'm in a bad mood. We have sex, but it's just not the same as a girl who shows up at 7, ready to cook a meal for you and rub your back while you're, and saying, "Hey, do you want me to blow you? I'm on my period," right? And think about that, guys. Women are not for you to show off. Women are not for you to like use as a measure of your masculinity. The fact that you're getting laid is masculine, correct? But just realize that sometimes you just want a chick that's cool and chill, and that could be a hot chick, but realize that know what you're getting into. So
No, correct. Like I said, not much to add on that one. It's like, but we can speak easily about those things because we've been there. But it's like, I would like for more guys to get, and with what we have discussed today, like monetary things, like yes, money can help you. Money can absolutely help you to change your surroundings. Like you did that. Like logistics. I want better logistics, so therefore I earn more to be able to afford a better apartment, which will then put me in better proximity of hotter women.
yeah, and a nicer place to take women out. It's the places I go are not more expensive than the other places. It's just they're closer.
Yeah,
It's less
and
time
a
that I have to
nicer
travel.
neighborhood.
Yeah,
Like that's what money is good for. Absolutely. So I'm not saying like be a bum like me or whatever, but that is where money becomes a tool. But when it comes to the interaction, when it comes to the engagement, no. That comes way later down the line. Years ago, there was a guy who got robbed of his crypto by a girl. You know why?
jeez.
Because he
What a day
couldn't
to tell this story too.
because he couldn't keep his mouth shut. She went on a second date with him. She brought her gun. She was sleeping with him. She was cowgirling him, and all of a sudden she drew the gun from her purse. She's like, "Where's the ledger?" Yeah, true story. Look it up.
Jesus.
Yeah, lost all his crypto
Hide your money.
because he
Yeah.
couldn't shut the hell up. Do
Yeah,
not
and that
leave.
guy's probably gonna be scarred for life. He's not gonna trust women anymore. He's done. Like,
Yeah, and that's not even the woman's fault. Well, okay, this woman was a bad woman, but it just shut up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up as a superpower.
discovery is better than disclosure, always. And
Yeah.
even then, be careful.
It's like, oh, how did you buy me that gift? Don't worry about it. It's best answer. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, but what about the wedding ring? Let me tell you right now, a girl is really into you. She doesn't care about the wedding ring. She really doesn't. You can show up with a Chupa Chup ring, and she's still. You remember those, like the giant lollipop rings?
Yeah.
Oh God, like, you had to sit there
was
all
a video
day.
of it. Yeah, but don't propose in public to her with a Chupa Chup ring. Like, don't do that to her.
Don't tell me what to do. I'll do it.
Don't do it like at a sports game. I saw a video of a guy doing it like a sports game. Like, if you're gonna do it in your your apartment or somewhere private. Because I don't want to embarrass her either. But
Is it
yeah,
embarrassing though? I thought that's pretty wholesome, actually.
Oh
It's
no,
pretty funny.
no. It's just I think it's wholesome if you do it within the intimacy of your home and not being recorded. But if you're recording your girl and you pull out a ring like that, don't do it. It's just not.
Oh yeah. No, I get what you mean. I mean, it's a.
Yeah.
It's a. I was
Don't do it for
expecting.
clout. Don't do it
Yeah.
for clout. Do it for funsies.
I was
Yeah.
expecting that topic today, actually, like women and clout after that birth on Twitch. Where it's like, oh god, oh my. But yeah, no, you're right. When you propose, do it for you, not for the clout. And like the
Yeah,
women who post their ring on social media, it's nothing more than a flex to other women. Like what?
Yeah, it's
Look what I
status.
made this sucker buy me. You know?
Yeah, it's status, like again, it goes all the way to your marriage. Like you guys think, oh, I'm married because I'm so awesome. Like, no, you're on the hook, right? You have to provide for this woman. But even then you cannot lead with the beta stuff, right? She has designated you as her husband, but that doesn't mean you get to like just buy your way through the marriage. You still have to be awesome, maintain that level of attractiveness, use dread as necessary, let her know that she can't take you for granted, and become edamame beans, aka a luxury brand, because luxury brands are made out of the same cloth as shitty brands almost. Just maybe a little bit of stitching, maybe the Chinese worker was a little bit more experienced and not a child or whatever. But um, in order to avoid being taken for a sucker by women, you have to realize that what makes you a luxury product isn't the money. It's the alpha behaviors, because those are in short supply. Money is everywhere. Women, men, even men that are rich, even men that are considered alphas, by other men, are getting duped because they just don't have the behaviors necessary, or that maybe the infrastructure, their wealth, maybe it's, a woman got away with it, whatever, to deal with women. And so the choice is yours. Lead with money. It's on your own risk.
And we tried to
So
warn you. We tried
we
to warn
tried to warn you. The red pill is not about saving life. We save it's triage, right? We save the lives we can and read the last rites to the dying. So just like I do with when I play my Yu-Gi-Oh cards against Jack's deck or Blue Eyes deck. About halfway through the duel, I read his rights because I know what's coming. And he's like, "What are you saying?" I'm like, "I'm just doing this because I want you to get to Yu-Gi-Oh heaven, not the
Yeah,
shadow realm, the light realm."
I'm just doing my sole purpose as a good duelist. It's like, oh, what's about to happen? Oh, just ultimate conducted Tyranno.
Jeez, imagine this, dude. My buddy tried to propose at a nice park, but was interrupted by a homeless crackhead. Dude, I think recording proposals shouldn't be a thing. Yeah.
I don't know. Proposals in
I
general, I'm not a fan
at
of.
least
where
have
it's
a
like,
guy. At least have a guy to be the homeless guy watch. So if he sees a guy about to ruin it, just like Bobby Boucher double kick, dragon kick him or something.
not on
What
my
are you doing?
watch.
Yeah, this is a special moment.
Yeah, do not ruin it, you crackhead.
Could you talk about dealing with people trying to get to know you at work? What the hell? I've tried to stay quiet, but they always get upset that I'm closed off. Well, yeah, because you're a human, dude. Talk. What's wrong with talking to people? Getting
I
to
have
know
an
people?
essay about that. I actually have an essay about that.
I can't even get along with me. Yeah, because you think you're above socializing. You're not better than them, dude. They're people. They want to get to know you. You'll work better. Work will be better if you make friends, or at least be friendly. You're not better than this,
Here, you can use a free trial for the Substack, but here it is: The Art of Socializing. The Art of Socializing. There it is. It's right there. Go read that.
Nick, could you tell me any of your married friends to his face you're on the hook? Yeah, I tell my dad all the time. Sorry, Dad, you're still on the hook. He laughs because he's the one that told me not to get married young. But guys know, married guys know, and if they're my friends, they know. But they made a choice and they're living with it, and that's all that matters. Like if you want to be married, that's up to an individual man. I'm not going to tell you to do it. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. Just like no one can tell me to do it or not to do it.
My next essay is about that. The red pill is not against marriage. So what is it about? Well, you're going to have to find out next week.
Yeah, sorry. If you're a guy trying to, I think we can wrap up here. These are good questions, guys, but we got to get going. And I think that's all the super chats we've read. Yep, that's everything. So, Jack, you want to give final thoughts and then tell us about your book, and then we'll get out of here.
So, a couple of things. Okay, my YouTube channel will be in the chat right there. Let me put it in the one on Le Twitter as well. There we go. For people wondering where they can find me, that's there. Then I would highly recommend you guys read the essay Your Finances and Women that I wrote about this, where leading with your wallet will only lead to detriment. It really will, where you're always going to second guess yourself whether this woman likes you for you or your wealth. And the best way to deal with that is never lead with your wealth at all. You don't have to be broke or whatever. Absolutely not. You don't have to be minimalist, but you can be normal about it. Where it's like, hey, I can take you out on a normal date. That is low investment, low barrier to entry. And a girl who is into you will recognize it for what it is, where it's a fun-filled opportunity for sex to happen between you and her. Then I've given you the links to my YouTube channel, to the Substack, and yeah, it's on Substack, Prackery. And then the link to my book on women, out now on paperback and Kindle. And actually, that is in there. That essay is in here. So if you don't want to do the whole Substack thing, get the book out now on paperback and Kindle with a beautiful cover by Ryan Stone. Everything related to game and women that I know is in here. And the book on men will be coming too, but that's not going to come before this one has run its course. So
Sweet. And a book announcement. Nice.
oh,
Alex Patine with the $5. I'm a married man. The very first thing I had to do was realize that I was putting myself on the hook. That's the first thing you must realize and accept. Yep. Got to be real with yourself, right? But that doesn't mean it's not her fault, right? You want to get married. Just make sure you want to get married because you want to, not because you're forced into it or you feel like if you don't marry her, she'll leave you. Like, it's really easy. It's much easier to marry a girl that's like, one of the coldest or iciest things a woman has said to me was like, hey, we don't have to do this. If you ever want to get married, we can just go to the courthouse and we don't have to do a ceremony. You know, we could just do it that way. Just so you know. And then moved on with the day. Like, it was just a casual out of nowhere. And that's how you know a girl kind of likes you. Yes, I'd still be on the hook with the state, right? And that would be something we have to talk about later. But the fact that a woman says, I don't want to cost you $15,000 to $50,000 to celebrate me and my wedding. I'm glad that you are my prize. I don't need the wedding. You are enough. And that kind of makes me want to do a little wedding, you know, like maybe 5K, drop 5K and do a little wedding with your family and all that stuff. You see, guys, that's girl game. Girl game is asking men for less than what they're used to. That is girl game. So if a guy's used to saying, hey, let's go to this spot that I like, all that stuff. And she says, hey, no, I can bring a bottle of wine and go to your apartment. It's okay. That's asking for less. And that is girl game. That guy will not say no to that. If a guy says, hey, do you ever want to get married? And she's like, yeah, but you don't need to do the ceremony. We could just trade rings or whatever. And that's good enough. That's girl game. So, yeah.
girl game
Thanks,
is
New
mostly
Jack, W Show. Sorry, go ahead, Jack.
girl game is mostly just fun, showing up, playful banter. Women who get it, also an essay of mine. Like, I have written so much at this point where it's like, wow.
Dude, it's crazy that we can reference our own work now. Like,
Yep.
I know that Uncle Rollo likes when we reference his work, but now Uncle Rollo, we can reference our own work. It's like the new age.
Look at me. I'm the Godfather now.
Look
I
at
have
us.
a long way to go for that one. Don't worry,
Rick
Dad.
Ross-
I'm not kicking you off the throne yet. But
I just hope that they're more careful when they invite these psychopaths on their show, man. Like,
and be careful.
my
It's like-
dumb ass has been. I'm at so much peace with women that I'm starting to trust them again, and it's not a good idea.
Luckily, I have always been very how do I phrase this? I'll tell you after, but I had one lesson that has made me stingy for life when it comes to like people. You know, where it's like I'm maybe to an attractive degree, but I get very stingy every now and then. Where it's like, nah, I'm not going to spend money. No, I'm not. Nah. They'll tell you why after. It's pretty brutal, actually.
Okay. Well, guys, thank you guys for the show. I'm gonna put my Substack here in the chat. You guys follow me there. I have a very interesting free article that just came out this morning. You guys will love it. I'm not gonna say what it is, but you guys will love it. If you
Mhm.
guys would like to a consult with me, hit me up on Twitter, one-on-one. We could talk, whatever you guys want to talk about. And what else? Follow the channel, guys. I'm almost at 2,500 followers. I'm like 4 people away or something. Follow the channel, give me the 2,500. And thanks for tuning in today. You guys have a nice Saturday.
Cheers,
Take us
guys.
out, Jack.
Toodles.